Okay, since I was still obsessing over 7-4, I was trying to think how we could do this with only revolves. So we could do a revolve cut with something like this or similar to this, and remove the material rather than doing the cut extrudes or revolve cut. Instead of cut extrudes going vertically, the revolve would cut that way, and then it would only be revolves. Not 100% necessary, but it is interesting. I would still like to see somebody come up with a much simpler way than doing all of these different spheroids and cuts. But all right, on to 7.5 millimeters, grams, and seconds. Part origin is located at the bottom center. We're going to be doing lines, circles, center lines, rectangles, extruded boss base, extrude cut, circular mirror, and geometry patterns. So what are we mirroring? So we have the 60 degree for the circles, with it being opposite that, and then one there, one there. So where is that geometry called out? All right, so on this side, don't really like the dimensioning to hidden lines, but in the detail view, okay, 20 millimeters through 35 millimeters. Those look, well, and if we go that way, if they're doing 2 on each one, then we would mirror across the right plane and then pattern both of those. Okay, I think that making sense of that. Based on our geometry and our isometric, we will be in the front plane. And so we'll open up the sketch, start our geometry. We have 250 millimeters. So this is a pretty good sized chuck. Almost 10 inches. Let's go 250 instead of 25. That one would be quite a bit different. So I think, are we given an offset, or yeah, we're given the 70. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and extrude out the 100 millimeters, blind in condition 100, and accept, and then open up our sketch. So we'll go with the diameter of 65. And then let's just go rectangle to the outside. So we can go tangent and midpoint. And the width then will be to go to 30. Okay, so let's see. Probably should just have extruded that one first and then let those, but I'm already committed. When you choose a course of action, don't try not to second guess it too much. We're in the time constraint, we just want to generate our geometry. So if I was getting really fancy, I would have extruded out 30 and then just extruded those guys as a positive instead of as a cut. So the circular parameters, that all looks okay. Oh, I didn't put any angles in there. So let's just see if we can pick those up at the midpoint. All right, so if the sketch pattern doesn't generate, at least one more relation is needed. So let's go ahead and extrude cut. And this needs to be a blind in condition of 70. And my contour, let's go with the contour region, 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 and see what that looks like. All right, we got it all in there. Radius of 65 then. Oh, the bolt circle. All right, so those are through. don't know that that needs to be counterbore. I would like to use the hole wizard somewhere, so let's see, on the exam side, if they're not specifically calling out geometry that screams at me to be a hole wizard, I'm probably gonna forego it. But we have a radius of 65. Yeah, so a radius of 65, so we would be at 130. If you want to do that math, do that math. Otherwise, we're going to switch over and add it as a as our geometry goes. We'll add it in afterwards, add the radius. All right, so make sure that one of those is vertical and a radius of 25. And then our pattern becomes circular again, and 3. Okay, let's go ahead and dimension. Well, we've already got the base circle, so I think we're okay there. Usually just dragging it out and dragging it back will give it the fully defined. Extrude cut up to, let's just stay through all. All right, so those are looking pretty good. Got enough work into that one that I'm going to go ahead and save it. And then we can figure out what's going on with our planes. So let's go with the right plane. Hold down the control button, drag. I'm going to make it parallel. The second reference will be the cylinder, tangent. I think if we just selected them, it defaults to perpendicular. So we just want to make sure that we're getting it set correctly. And then we'll go open up a sketch, and I'll do the through hole first. And from center line, let's just go from center line from the center point. Make sure we're getting that geometry in there. 90. The through hole, first through hole is 20, and it is 30 off of the face. Okay, and we're going to just extrude cut that up to next. Okay, so I just want to make sure it terminates at the face. Actually, could have probably just gone ahead and let it do a through all since they're on the same. Yeah, we'll go ahead and let it do a through all. All right, and then that way we only have to mirror or worry about mirroring the first item, or the second item, not the first. All right, so the outside is 35, and it has a distance off of center line of 55. So we want to go ahead and extrude cut. And this is going to be an offset from surface, and the surface will be the right plane and 55 millimeters. And that is a half distance, so yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, we'll go with that, and the right plane also becomes the mirror. So we are mirroring a feature. And so we have the right plane, we've got the preview. That all looks pretty good. All right, so when we go to the extrude and the mirror, and then this becomes a circular pattern, we can just pick any of the cylinder. 8's a little too many, let's go 3, and we'll go ahead and accept. Let's switch it over to geometry pattern. So geometry pattern just says I'm okay with everything that's been generated. Go ahead and accept it, but the without geometry pattern tries to do a full type solve. All right, so I can hide the plane. I'm just kind of looking at my geometry and my distances. All right, so our value is 360. Well, that's really, all right, 3,687, 5,610. Let's go ahead and evaluate that under the mass properties. We got 360, 3,687, 607. So I'm going to go with the 3 cubic millimeters. I'm fine with that. Actually, yeah, I'm a little undersized, so I don't know where that would have, where I would have lost that, but I think we're just going to call that one close enough. And make sure to save it.